Howdy everybody. So this is where I'm at today, Saturday. What is today? The 23rd? 24th? I forget what day it is. But it's Saturday, I know that. Before Memorial Day. So I had to walk to Nampa. It wasn't very far. It's like 3/10 of a mile. To get a belt for the engine as a backup. Not to replace it, because I just replaced those belts. When did I replace them? January. So I decided to go ahead and go around the park here a little bit on the way back to the marina. It is very hot. The wind helps a little bit. It's 90 degrees. Humidity, I have no idea. But anyways, so this is the space park here. NASA space facility. So I imagine there's a lot of names and shuttles and what happened, history, things like that, who were part of the space system. I think that, what was that lady's science name? Sandra? No. I forget what her name is. The one, the first woman who was the technical person, mathematic, for NASA. I can't think of her name, but I will put it across here when I get back to the boat. I don't know what her name is. That's bugging me. They made a movie about her. This is Donald Slayton. He's the astronaut that had the missing left hand of his ring finger. He lost it in a farming accident when he was 5 years old, and he still became an astronaut on the Mercury 7. Okay, so we're down inside the boat where I want to go over what we found when the mechanic came. So the mechanic went ahead and we did a pressurized test on the tank to the injection pump, and there was one leak. One leak I fixed the night before, which was a hose. I had to get a better hose clamp to secure it, and it was the one on the back of the lift pump. So that was part of the problem. The other leak was at the bleed screw on top of the secondary filter, so the engine filter that is attached after the lift pump, before the injection pump. That screw, after keep loosening it up to bleed all the time, the banjo, the copper washer in that, not the banjo, but the copper washer underneath that bolt, that bleed screw, it was failing after doing that multiple times. So yeah, that was quite a leak. Bubbles were coming out everywhere when we sprayed it with soap with that pressure leak. So that was the only other issue to the whole thing. It was getting fuel all the way through the line, so no plugs, no blockage. So then the other thing that we did is that we started it again, and it ran. And when I put it in gear, it quit. So we started it back up again, and I put it in gear, and it stayed running this time. But as she was running, you could hear a little hiccup in it. Like it would go along and do, you know, like you're revving up and you're up to your RPMs and you're just kind of tooling along, and you go and you hear this little hoot, hoot, you know, just a little slight little hoot, very slight. And so we determined, or he determined too, which I didn't want to hear, was that it's the injection pump. The injection pump is not able to keep up with the demand that's needed for the injectors to spray or open up, and because it's pressurized on that side, so it's not giving enough pressure to go to force the fuel, you know, into the cylinders. So yeah, I didn't want to hear it. I did not. I did everything to fix it prior to that, but we still had that little sound right from the very beginning and the get-go. Sorry, I need to see what that... Okay, guys, I'm back. Sorry, I got interrupted by a phone call that a friend of mine up in Gloucester. So, yeah. So we're going to turn you back around and show you that the injection pump has been removed. So yeah, got this covered up because we don't want stuff falling down into that area where the fuel comes through. So this would be that cartridge, the injection pump would be dropped down in there. Okay, this is the injection pump. It is being sent off because we cannot replace it with a new one. They do not make it anymore. So it is being rebuilt in Orlando at Nozzle Diesel Specialists. And you have to release the lever back here and there. Okay, so I have to get a new gasket for that. Plus I have to get a new gasket for this, but they don't make that gasket. So we have to make a gasket for that. So yeah, craziness, really. And everything else is fine. We'll leave the... I am dubbing over this little section here. It is the shims that we will leave in place, that the injection pump part of it, the top edge, sets on. It sets into, and then it sets on the shims. Those have to do with the timing. We cannot mess with those, and we will leave them as they are. This is it. And I had to remove the hose off the exchanger here. So that's that to get to it. Thought we were going to have to remove this, but we didn't have to remove the coolant hose, because then we would have had to drain the hose. So he managed to get it up through there and get it out. And, but I haven't had any word on it yet, it being the holiday weekend. And so I will not know until sometime by the end of the week, possibly, hopefully, fingers crossed, that we find out what is needed for the injection pump, and hopefully it can be rebuilt. All right, baby. Poor thing. Oh, I was hoping so much it wouldn't be the injection pump, but after fixing everything else, we still had that little hiccup. That little, every once in a while you could hear it. That is basically what, because I had also hesitation. That was another symptom, plus not slow, yeah, the slow response time. There was something else too, that little drop back and speed up, a little hiccup too, just multiple symptoms, at least 3 of the 10 of what, that it could be the injection pump. All right, we'll catch you later. Thanks for watching, guys. I appreciate it. Love you. Please, while you're here, click subscribe and like, yay, and also leave a comment. I will definitely acknowledge your comment and answer it if it needs an answer, and or just say, yeah, like the comment. So, all right. Catch you later. It's hot down here in Florida. I'm ready to go back north soon. All right. Bye. Love ya.